New World is surprisingly not the train wreck I thought it was going to be. Let's hit them streets. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka the NYCGeek, aka TNG, aka the guy who has played a lot of MMOs. I was chatting about that yesterday when I booted up New World and I was streaming it over on twitch.tv/NYCGeek. Shameless plug time. And I was like, damn, the MMO market has made some legit money off of my ass. Like, serious bucks. I was like, I mean, EverQuest is what got me into MMOs, and it will always hold a spot in my heart. I think I still consider it the best of the best, especially for its time. And like everyone and their grandma, I played WoW. I played a lot of other ones too. I played Warhammer, Guild Wars 2, WildStar, Star Wars, The Old Republic, EVE Online, Arcade, Lineage, Terra, Elder Scrolls Online, Lord of the Rings Online, which was really good and underrated, and of course Final Fantasy 14. So I've either dipped my toe into those games or fully dived in. So it's fair to say that I love MMOs. I do. I really do love MMOs. But you know what I also love? I love when you remember to hit that damn like and subscribe button. Comment if you agree or disagree with what I think. Seriously, it helps the channel grow. And hey, if you got time, hop on over to twitch.tv/NYCGeek, where I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And you can follow me on all social media at TheNYCGeek. So, anyway, back to the main content. After several delays and controversies with high-end computers getting bricked off this fucking game, some very harsh words for floating around reviews, I played about 7 hours yesterday. I really got to sink my teeth into New World. And heads up, I didn't spend a single minute of that in the queue time because I chose to pick a far less populated server. And I wanted to give you all my first impressions on Amazon's latest foray into the gaming world. And God knows Amazon has fucking sucked when it comes to gaming. But, you know, New World has been surprising me pleasantly. New World, as I mentioned before, is an MMO, and it's set in the mid 17th century. You know, like in the colonial periods, where people are attempting to like colonize and or plunder this island called Aternum or something like that. And it's full of wonders and mysteries and riches. And you are one of the unfortunate souls that is now trapped there. It's made very clear early on. I mean, like right in the opening cutscene, there is a magical force in this island that I think it's called corruption, and it's wreaking havoc across the land. And you're tasked very early on as well with helping settlers of Aternum with the growing threats that are around them. Now, one of the things that sets New World apart from a lot of the MMOs that are out there is there's no auto lock tab targeting here. You have to aim your attacks, you have to aim your abilities, which if you're going a musket build like my ass is, oh baby, I hope you know how to aim because your boy doesn't and I'm missing every damn shot. But from the get-go, the combat is one of the things I'm really, really enjoying about this game. It's not the first action RPG MMO out there, but the polished ones are so few and far between, and the enemies can be pretty tough. So, and your boy's a glutton for pain, or I wouldn't play so many From Software games. So I'm enjoying the combat a lot. I am. I've died a handful, like maybe once or twice. I've had some very scary situations, like I'm getting chased out by this wolf or this, undead pirate. But I'm liking the combat a lot. I like it a lot, and I did a little bit of PvP, which this game does have a healthy bit of it if you choose to engage in it. You have the option when you leave a settlement to set a flag state on whether PvP is on or off, and you can like port raids, world PvP, etc. And I like the world PvP because this is something that this game does remarkably well, and it's the sense of exploration. This world is gorgeous. It's rich and vibrant, dark and terrifying, and you don't get mounts. There's fast travel is very limited from what I've seen so far. But that to me only adds to the wonder of the game. The limited fast travel and the draw on your feet a lot. Winding, like one of my favorite parts of WoW was winding through and the whole exploration aspect. Going through the zones and you look at Flight Master and you're trying to get to the next region. Like I've always been very vocal. To me, WoW took a huge hit in my enjoyment factor when they started introducing flying mounts. I always felt like it robbed me of that sense of exploration. And in a game like New World, where you are exploring a little new world, I got to give kudos to Amazon for capturing that feeling. I love rounding the corner and I'm like, what's waiting for me, you know? Um Back to the mechanics of the game. There's no classes to speak of. You don't pick like a mage or a warrior or a paladin per se. Instead, you get skills. You're leveling up your skills, either their trade skills or weapon skills. And if you want to do something like my character who wields a rapier and a musket, as you defeat the enemies, those with those specific weapons, you gain skills points in them. Then you choose the talent points, and trade skills kind of work very similar. The more you harvest or the more you hit uh, rocks and mineral veins with your pickaxe, the more and more your skill goes up. And as you level those skills, it gets harder and harder. I'm sure it's going to be a massive, massive time sink for anyone who wants to like max out all of their skills, which I'm sure that if that's even possible. Again, I'm only 7 hours in. I never played the beta. I never played the alpha. So this is all new to me. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are probably focusing on certain trade skills. Like they're not going to devote all of their time to everything because I'm sure it's going to take too long. Or maybe they will. And but that is another thing that sets New World apart, and that's the people, social part of it. This game is very dynamic in a way that few MMOs are because it's so dependent on its community. There's three factions. Yeah, there's three factions, and you can join any one of them on the server, and I think you can like switch. I think you can switch, but there's like a cooldown that it goes to like 120 days. So it's a few months before you could switch back. So you can go between them very easily. And depending on, you might go to like one server, and that one server, a bunch of people are have joined the one faction, like they've joined the syndicate faction, and like the syndicates are ruling the server. And maybe in another server it's been spread out between the marauders and the covenant, and it's the syndicate barely have a presence there. So it makes every server feel unique. The companies, which are the guilds in this game, they can even buy and govern settlements in the zones. I mean, this is all very new to a lot of the players, like myself. So I don't know as to what extent that will entail. I know that they can like tax you. They can make it more expensive to trade there and to craft there. And I don't know if how or if a company can lose control of a region, but I'm excited because I haven't been for the I'm excited for this type of experience because it's unique in MMOs. I haven't seen something like this since like EVE Online, the upcoming Ashes of Creation, that sort of thing. So it's not a very common thing, this social dynamic aspect to the game itself. Now, that's not to say that the game's not without some faults. I still would have enjoyed terrestrial mounts, horses, land lizards, something to help a little bit with the exploration that I said I love so much. Not fucking flying mounts. I never want to see a goddamn flying mount in this game. Ever. Amazon. No. No. I don't want to see it. Okay. But I would have liked to have seen like horses. Even if it's just horses, like if you don't want to go crazy with different animals, even though again this is a fantastic type world where there's magic and undead and stuff like that. But if you want to be like, oh, we just want to put horses, okay, you can do that. But there's a lot of customization that you could do with mounts, saddles, barding, all that kind of stuff. So I would have liked to have seen mounts. Maybe, you never know, they might put that in the future. I think probably the biggest complaint that I see levied against this game are the queue times. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't run into any of that. Why? Because my main character is not in a populated world. Like, look, you want to play on the server with some of your favorite streamers like me? I'm kidding. I get it, but you are probably going to be waiting like 3 or 4 hours heads up. So that into account, you're going to be playing. It's going to, if you are like, shit, I just got home from work and I want to hop on my server, and you see your server has a queue time of 2,000, you're going to be there for a while. And your boy, ain't nobody got time for that. So I went on a not populated server and I could get on like this. And I'm having a blast. My biggest complaint, though, for the game is the travesty of only being able to make 2 characters. Are you fucking kidding me, Amazon? 2 characters? Some people like making alts, and it would be nice if I could make a character devoted for each covenant. Like, so at minimum, this should have been 4 characters. Should have been 4 characters. I don't know if that's something that maybe they will unlock as a transaction in the game, like character slots. Could be, because this is one of the big things about this game. It is only $40. It is only $40, and $50 if you get the deluxe version. And unlike other MMOs, there's no subscription fee. That's fucking awesome. That's huge. So I will definitely get $40 worth of fun out of this game. Easy peasy. So I know that they said that they're going to, and they've already started putting like skins and the sort in the game, that they will have like microtransactions, which cosmetics and stuff. And your boy doesn't care about, I don't care about cosmetics prices. I get if they're exorbitant, then it's like, fuck, come on, have a little decency. But cosmetics don't bother me because they're cosmetics at the end, whatever. Now if they start going, like Desert Online or, Archage or something like that, where it's like, time sabers or the sort, then I'm going to then fuck that. That's annoying as fuck. How dare you? But I don't think Amazon, I hope that they don't have anything like that in store. So I'm recommending New World. I am recommending New World with 2 caveats. 2 caveats. One, if you are really on the fence about this, watch some gameplay. Obviously, it doesn't have to be mine. I give like the first few levels. There are a lot of people who are covering it right now on Twitch. There's a lot of people who are covering it on YouTube, because this is the first. It's not the first. It's like the MMO market is kind of starved right now for content, and this is the biggest launch we've had in a while. So there's a lot of people covering it. So if you're on the fence, maybe look into it and, realize what kind of MMO this is. This is a lot more like RuneScape and EVE Online, and not at all like WoW and Final Fantasy 14. So that's one. Just go into it knowing what you're going to be getting. 2, maybe give it a week until they hammer out some of the queue times if you're really determined to play on a very popular server. Thankfully, I can say I didn't run into any game-breaking bugs or a single crash while playing this game. And again, I played for 7 to 8 hours during peak hours. So I had a painless experience while playing this game. I know that Amazon is looking into maybe lifting the 2,000 players per server cap. And honestly, I think this is a careful approach, is a better way for them to tackle an MMO launch. I've seen a lot of disastrous launches, usually by Blizzard. And I think it's better for them to gauge the game's popularity and slowly lift up the caps than just opening up a bunch of like either all full, like half the servers are all full and then half of them are fucking dead. That looks awful. So those are the 2 caveats that I would say if you're thinking of picking up this game, or rather, as I'm recommending to pick it up, just keep those 2 in mind. The whole, what type of gameplay this game is offering, and the server queue times, if that's really a big stickler for you. This has been your boy, the TheNYCGeek. Again, if you could just drop a like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And leave a comment, and we'll happily engage with you. And I hope to see you again next time. Guys, always take care of yourselves and be safe.